Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to read a very irritating blog post by an alpha male. He considers himself an alpha male. He does have a picture of himself, and if this is a true picture of himself, yeah, he's attractive. He says he's 42, and the blog spot is entitled Aging and the Alpha Male, and it was posted on September 1st, 2013 by a guy naming himself Black Dragon. This guy is giving advice to men and aging, men who think they are alphas, and he also talks about his philosophy on monogamy. And this guy is a total dickhead, but he does have some things accurate in terms of what happens to men who don't take care of themselves. Okay, I'm going to start reading. It's pretty long. A while back, I made a post about the freedom of an alpha male 2.0 experience. Dennis made this comment. So that must be one of his followers. Dennis says, I propose that your Alpha 2 man is fiction and totally dependent on age. Right now you are in your prime, health-wise and earning potential-wise. Fast forward another 20 plus years. If you haven't worked out nor ate right, you will have health problems to deal with. Also, your earning opportunities will be limited and slowly disappear because of your age and or your health. Or, if you haven't made it earning-wise or health-wise by 60, you are doomed to a life of trying to make ends meet. Talk about stress. With respect to women, forget about 20-year-olds. You are in the ew box. Single women in 40s, 50s, and 60s all have emotional baggage, which means drama. Also, the number of attractive women in that age group that will fuck by day 3 exponentially decreases with age. That is, the supply of attractive women gets a lot smaller. Also, to fuck this smaller supply of women by day 1, day 2, or day 3 depends on what kind of shape you are in. Also, because of these women's emotional baggage and their lack of female hormones due to menopause, they are less forgiving of you fucking other women at the same time. Just my experience. I'm in great shape, have good money, and fuck these women. Not one has lasted more than 3 months. So that was something a commenter said. You can see what the commenter is focused on. He's focusing on having sex the quickest with the youngest women. And he's worried that as he gets to be moving toward 60, that this is not going to happen. And he's asking for advice. Black Dragon says, most guys reading this blog are under the age of 40, but I still want to address Dennis's point. This is because you, regardless of how old or young you are, will be over the age of 60 someday. Take it from an older guy. Time goes by much faster than you think. Can a man this old live the lifestyle I talk about? Or is he screwed due to his old age, his lackluster appearance, and the advanced age of his available women? Once you get old, is a man forced to either be alone or go beta because he has no other options? Since I will never get monogamous no matter how old I become, these are legitimate questions for me, and I hope they are for you. Since turning 40 almost 2 years ago, and actually this was 3 years ago, so now he's 45, aging has become something I've started to pay very close attention to. It was one of the big reasons why I started losing weight. Since hitting my 30s, I have focused more on things like proper eating, exercise, skincare, vitamins, water intake, and supplements. When I was younger, these were things I never gave a shit about, outside of my brief weightlifting phases. The end game in our old age. Before I get into the specific topic of the aging alpha male, let's get our contexts and goals straight. I'm not one of these guys like Howard Stern who's going to sit there and announce, "Grr, I'll never get married again," only to have to eat my words a few years later when I'm married. It's not a question of marriage or love or children or living together. It's a question of monogamy. I shall explain. Regardless of any strong opinions I have or lifestyle I live, I'm still a human being with human needs. This means that as time goes on and I get older, I might do all kinds of things. I might have more kids. I might live with a woman. Hell, I might even be married in my older years. Choke, gag. I have to admit that even that is possible. Hopefully not, but if I do, there will be, of course, an extremely comprehensive prenup in place, and it will be in a country that actually honors such things. The only thing on the never list for me is absolute monogamy. I will never promise monogamy to anyone, period. Never, ever. It is the one thing, the only thing I will never compromise, regardless if I'm 35, 41, 50, 65, or 75 years old. Don't believe me? I understand, but just watch. I walk my talk. Check back in with me in 25 years when I'm 65. I still won't be 100% monogamous. Yeah, I'll be an old bastard by then, so I might be in love and may even act a little like a love-struck beta. I might even agree to a stupid Disney fairy tale wedding. All of those things are possible as I age into my golden years, but I will never be monogamous, nor will I ever promise it. No matter what happens, there will always be at least one fuck buddy on the side I'll be playing with at least occasionally, in addition to my primary woman. Many times and in many places, I've described how other men have done this and how I will do it, especially right here. The only way I could ever be sexually monogamous is if I lose the physical ability to have sex. Granted, as I age, I will probably back off on the activity level. I probably won't be having 4 different women on rotation when I'm 65. It will likely be one very special woman and one fuck buddy on the side that will get rotated and replaced once every few months. The point here is to determine what an acceptable goal is for you when you reach your old age. And I define old age for this blog post as age 60 and beyond. I have said before that if you get monogamous at age 60, I still don't agree with it, but it's not the end of the world. Of course, I still will be poly at that age, but if you hold off on monogamy and then finally surrender when you hit your 60s, like Gene Simmons did, I won't be screaming bloody murder. Or you may be the opposite kind of guy and want to live the Charlie Sheen lifestyle, being a player and fucking tons of women. Or Hugh Hefner lifestyle, a core group of 2 or 3 girlfriends for the rest of your life, well into your old age. And that's fine too. It's all up to you. Goal 1. As you age above average physical health and appearance, let's start addressing what Dennis says first. He's absolutely right that if between the ages of 35 and 60, you decide to eat whatever the hell you want, drink and smoke whatever you want, and not exercise as often as you need to, pay no attention to your skin and hair, and pay little or no attention to your key health numbers, which is weight, body fat, percentage, testosterone, cholesterol, vitamin D, and insulin, then yes, you are going to be a fat, ugly, old-looking sack of shit by the time you reach your 60s, and you'll be fucked. One of the many reasons I hate monogamy so much is that in many cases, men are actually encouraged to look like shit as they age. They feel like their wife will be there no matter what, so they don't need to worry about how good they look, and many wives will actually encourage their men to look bad to help fight off other competing women. The primary alpha male goal when it comes to aging is then to not do these things. If you want to live the alpha male 2.0 lifestyle well into your old age, then once you hit age 35, at the latest, your physical fitness and attractiveness as an old man should be one of your top 2 goals in life. Let me say that again, one of your top 2 goals in life. You do not have the luxury of aging easily and lazily like a normal man. You simply cannot be the typical guy in his 50s or 60s with the wrinkles and dead eyes and slow walk and the fat stomach and the thinning hair and outfits that are 20 years out of style. Between the ages of 35 and 60, you need to work at your body and your relatively youthful appearance. Is this fun? No, at least not for most of us, especially if you have shitty genetics in this area. Fitness has always been my weakest life area and likely always will be, but I still put in the work every damn day. I eat the yucky vegetables, put on the moisturizers, drink the water, take the vitamins, lift the weights. I want to live this lifestyle for the rest of my life, so I have no choice. Set any goal you want, but the physical appearance goal for my 40s that I'm working toward is this. If you put me in a room with 99 other random men who are my age, currently 45, then brought in 100 super hot young chicks in their 20s and had them rank all the men from most hot to least hot, I want to be in the top 15. I don't need to be the best looking guy in the room, and thanks to my genetics, I never will be, but I do need to be in the top 15% as compared to other guys in my age range. I'm well on my way to this goal. As a matter of fact, I might already be there. Again, I'm talking about other men in my age range. In terms of physical attractiveness, I will probably never be able to compete head-to-head with a 23-year-old six-pack guy who has the youth, testosterone, and the spare time to spend 15 hours a week in the gym. But the good news is I don't need to. I just need to look damn good for my age. Even now, in my 40s, I regularly have sex with women as young as 18. So as long as my appearance doesn't look bad, my confidence, outcome, independence, fashion, wit, and level of game will deal with the rest of the age difference slack. I'm going to end here and continue reading the article because I'm running out of time. We're going to begin at goal 2 for Mr. Black Dragon in his blog spot.